We know you love us, but the information on our podcast is provided for educational and entertainment purposes only. I understand I'm both an LPC and an LMFT. However, this is not intended as a substitute for professional services of any kind. If you or anyone you know needs professional help, please seek mental health services.
Hey, this is Zorric.
And Emma.
Host of the Date Podcast. We're so excited to do another show for you today.
Yes.
Because we have a special guest. Her name is Stephanie Ver Eecke from Love at First Flight.
Yes.
How's it going?
Hey!
So she's
so excited, guys.
cool. So she's all the way in New Jersey, right?
No, close. I could drive there. Long Island.
Long Island. Okay, cool. Well, we'll talk about her time on the show, and we'll also get her take on Snapchat filters and Instagram filters and how that relates to dating today. Lots of that going on.
I'm sure all of you know I have strong opinions about it.
Yeah, and I'm sure Stephanie does too, right?
Oh my God, I can't even deal. No, don't even get me started. I'm just,
Beautiful. Beautiful. I'm there. I'm here for it.
All right, Emma.
So we are available on iTunes and Google Play or wherever you get your podcast. If this is your first time listening, go ahead and hit that subscribe button that you see at the top so that you can always get our podcast just downloaded automatically to your phone so you can listen to us on your drive to work or from work.
Yes.
While you're working out, while you're walking the dogs. Just always constantly be listening to us.
Yeah.
Always. And then leave us a review talking about how funny you think we are, how much you love us.
How much you love Stephanie.
Yes.
Ooh. Where are you?
You can also leave us an email suggesting any show topics or anything else that you want us to discuss, and you can do that at hello@datepodcast.com, and you can find us on Instagram and Twitter at datepodcast.
Nice. All right. Now for the fun stuff.
Okay.
All right. News.
Okay.
What do you get?
Emmy week has been so beautiful and wonderful to me. I just feel like I'm in heaven, and I feel really close to all of these celebrities. And on the way here, I was listening to a podcast by Jonathan Van Ness, and it's called Getting Curious. And he had Reese Witherspoon on the show. It was such a good episode. I was so excited about it, you guys.
Okay.
You don't care.
No, I care. I'm sure. Stephanie,
I love
do you
her.
care?
I love her
No,
too.
I love her.
So it was good because she spoke about like her how she created Big Little Lies, and she didn't create the show, but she produced it, and how like that came about. And she has her own production company, how it's really about like empowering women, and it's how helping women kind of find roles where they're not like helping men, but they're kind of like a force to be reckoned with. It was really cute, and of course Jonathan Van Ness was just squealing the whole time, which I think was every one of us like listening to her talk because she's just amazing. So she talked about like Big Little Lies. She talked about how much she loved him, and then of course like he talked about how much he loved her. So like I just left feeling really happy. It made me really happy to listen to both of them. It was cute. Everybody should go listen to it right now. Well,
I am so
now.
happy with that. I need to listen to that because I love her. I think she's an amazing soul. I think that she's an amazing actress, and I think that she has something to say. And I think that's really important as an actor to not only be talented but have something to say. And I think like now what's going on is that she has something to say and she has that outlet, and I think it's beautiful. So
yeah, and she also does it from a wonderful, humble place, which I think just adds just to her just being this beautiful, amazing person.
Right. Yeah, I agree.
And so is he. He tries to be humble, but I know that it's really difficult, but I just love him for it.
Yeah. She loves everything Queer Eye, right? I mean, we spoke about the cape last week.
I know.
And I can't wear a cape, obviously. Do people wear capes in Long Island, Stephanie? Like a man?
A cape like Superman?
No. So Karama, one of the other guys from Queer Eye, wore a cape to the Emmys, and like lately he's been wearing capes on the red carpet, and it looks fabulous on him.
Ooh.
Yes, you need to like look it up if you haven't yet.
Yeah.
Oh.
So, Stephanie, if a guy showed up on a date with a cape on, what would you do?
I don't know. If a guy showed up with a cape, I'd be like, open it up, and then I would like disappear. Like, I don't know. I'm not. I'm not judging. It's just not my type of like thing.
Yeah.
I think we decided that like gay men and women can wear capes. I don't think straight men can wear them unless you're magicians or superheroes.
Yeah.
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
I wish y'all could see Stephanie's face right now.
You know what I keep thinking back? When I lived in LA and I worked at this bar, and this magician would come in, and I remember him vividly telling me, he goes, Stephanie, he goes, I'm a magician. He goes, I can cheat on all of my girlfriends because I know how to make them, believe that I'm faithful. And I went,
Yikes.
Okay, Houdini. All right. I'm like, okay. So
Ooh.
I know, so I just have a bad taste, but
Yeah.
in my mouth about that. But a cape, no.
Yeah.
Not my type of thing. Not my type of thing.
I don't think that's going to be something we talk about, men wearing capes. Like, seriously. I mean...
Halloween is coming, though.
That's true. Halloween is fine.
Or, yes, go ahead.
Or maybe it's like the whole Superman thing, how they want to kind of change the actor in Superman, and all of the fans are getting mad.
Yeah,
So
we spoke about
maybe
that.
it's a lot like this thing that they're trying to, plant seeds in people's heads to get excited about the new Superman or something. I don't know.
You think Karama's capes are a way of making us be okay that Henry Cavill doesn't want to be Superman anymore?
Maybe.
Who knows anymore? I don't know.
Yeah. Okay, enough about capes. More about Stephanie.
Yes, Stephanie.
So, Long Island, were you born and raised there or somewhere else?
I was born and raised on Long Island.
Uh-huh. And a big family, small family, brothers, sisters.
I have a big family. My parents are divorced, but I have 3 brothers and 1 sister.
Uh-huh.
I grew up on Long Island, lived in LA for 3 years, and lived in Brooklyn for a couple of years. Different part of Brooklyn, lived in the Washington Heights, and then came back to Long Island.
Okay, so back to Long Island. So when you were a kid, were you, did you date a lot, or were you an early bloomer, late bloomer? How were you growing up?
Oh my God, I dated so much. But I was also kind of reserved. My first serious boyfriend was when I was 18 years old, and I really loved him.
Was this like high school, college, or like in between?
High school.
Okay.
This was high school. But no, I dated, but not as much as I'm doing now. I was reserved when I was younger.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I guess as you grew up, like as I've grown up, I've been more of an extrovert lately. You kind of bloom, right? The more confident you get, and the older you get. Okay, so you dated a lot. Like what was your type back in the day?
Oh my God, my type was. I feel like it hasn't changed because I'm still kind of going for the wrong type of people. But my boyfriend when I was 18 years old was like a bad boy.
Oh.
I think he's honest. I'm just gonna put this out there. I think he stabbed somebody in the butt once. And I was like, can I get your number?
Was that what I tried to do to him? Was stabbing someone in the butt?
Oh my God. Looking back at it, I'm like, I'm not normal. That was not normal.
Uh-huh.
No, it was just the bad boy image. I think that I was attracted to people who didn't fit in and people who, when I say stab, I'm not saying he actually stabbed. Like, I think it was like a pen and he went to go stab the person in the butt. But I mean, I don't know, guys. It was the same night that it was a house party. My mom went away, and I had this big house party, and I remember that happened, and then I had to climb through the bathroom window. Someone fell asleep taking a poop on the toilet, and I had to wake him up. I mean, it was like my life. I can't.
Oh my gosh! So it seems like you threw the parties. You kind of were the life of the party, right?
Oh. Yeah, I guess
Can we clarify if the shot on the butt was like with a mechanical pencil or was it like an actual lead pencil?
I don't know. My imagination works. I don't know.
Yeah. But but when did you find out? Like later in life or like after the party?
What do you mean?
Like that he stabbed somebody in the butt. Was it like just something that you found out about?
You know, at the time, I saw a big fight going on, so I didn't know the details. And then later I found out that he stabbed someone. But so weird to talk about. And I was like, I probably shouldn't have taken his number, but all right.
I mean, but that's a good place to stab somebody, honestly. Because maybe if you stab someone in the heart, they're dead. But if you stab them in the butt,
there's cushion.
Oh my
it's
God.
cushion.
I can't even, thinking back on that, I'm like, still, I'm like, I just not normal. Just not normal.
Well, I mean, it's a great story.
Yeah. So.
And the guy was okay, by the way. I made sure the guy who got stabbed in the butt was fine.
See, look at you caretaking people.
Yeah.
What's that?
I said, look at you caretaking people. So it's good.
Yeah.
You're
Sure.
Yeah, you're making sure everything's okay. You're making sure this person that's passed out on the toilet like is still breathing, so it works out.
Oh my God, I had to flush it too. It was awkward.
Oh my gosh.
I love this so much right now.
Oh God.
We can talk about this for like an hour.
We can.
Oh my God.
We can dissect everything
Yeah.
about it too.
I wonder.
Oh man.
So did you date him for a long time, or you guys just kind of?
Yeah, I dated him. For I think 2 years, and we broke up when I went to college, first year of college. That's a crazy story too. But he just wasn't. I figured out that he wasn't for me. Obviously, I grew up, bloom. You change,
Right.
and you realize what you need in life, and we parted ways and we broke up.
Yeah, I mean, so college, where was that? And where did you go? Was that LA or somewhere else?
No, so I went to this college called Five Towns College. It's on Long Island.
Mm-hmm.
So I went to college, stayed home, interned. I was majoring as an actor, theater BFA, and while I was in school, I was an intern for a manager and casting director. So I was all over the place. And I was busy, and that's when I had my first serious relationship. It lasted for 7 years. My boyfriend and I met in college. He was Hamlet, I was Ophelia, rightfully so. I'm crazy, he is Hamlet, whatever. And
Very Shakespearean.
and then that was my my most important relationship, because it was it was 7 years. So
that's a long time.
It is a long time. And I'm wondering like what else qualifies it as an important relationship besides just the length of years for you?
Hindsight, looking back on it, it was the most normal relationship
Okay.
that I've ever been in. So he was, I'd say, he taught me the most, because you're growing up. I mean, what, 22, 22, no, I just turned 21. I was 21, and that, my life changed. We lived in LA together, so that creates a whole different dynamic. And then we lived in Brooklyn together, and we traveled together, and that, definitely, changes.
Right. So you went from like living with him in Long Island to LA to back again?
Right. Yes.
Okay. Yeah. So that's also a lot of transition.
Yeah. Oh
yeah.
yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
I have to ask this, but did he stab somebody in the butt too?
Oh my gosh.
Oh my God. No, what's so funny? He was the complete opposite. He was the nicest. I mean, he still is the nicest person. So completely opposite from that guy who got who stabbed that guy in the buttock, booty. Completely opposite. Completely nice, like conservative, like just wholesome, normal.
Nice. So how did you meet him? At school or?
Yeah, I met him in college. He played Hamlet, and I was Ophelia.
The first time,
legit. Okay.
The first time you met, that was the first time. It wasn't at like a coffee shop or in class.
From what I remember him telling me, it was actually when we were. Oh God, this is taking me down memory lane. He said that he saw me at auditions. And he said that the second he saw me, he knew that I was going to be his wife, whatever it was at the time, girlfriend, whatever. And then he just naturally, we just became best friends. And we were best friends before we started dating.
Nice.
And then we kissed for the first time in the play, Hamlet. And I don't know, it was all downhill from there.
Oh, okay. But wasn't that pretty alluring? Like you're in front of people and you're kissing, and it's like it's a fairy tale almost in a sense, right?
I mean, it totally was. Looking back on it, of course. Oh yeah, I guess it was, but it's just so funny how it ended and how Hamlet ends. It's like, wait a second, Ophelia goes crazy and Hamlet like dies, everyone dies, and it fades out. But yeah, it was a fairy tale.
Yeah.
It was a fairy tale.
So 7 years is a long time. Did you guys talk about marriage or anything like that?
Yeah, he was the person that I thought that I was gonna be with.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why? Like, how did you know that? Was it just a feeling or something else?
It was a feeling. It was this comfortability of feeling like he wasn't judging me, and I don't know. I'm really weird. I'm into love at first sight. I'm into energies. I believe that, and I believe that he, at the time was my person. It's just a feeling. I can't really put word.
Yeah.
Into what I felt.
Mm-hmm. So that's rough because I was in a relationship for 7 years, and when we broke up, it took me a long time to get over that. How was your experience getting over that 7-year relationship?
It took me a long time too. Yeah. Because we're creatures of habit, and I think the main thing that at least I missed was the habit. I lived with someone for 7 years, and now all of a sudden they're not there. So, you miss that companionship. I missed him. Yeah, it hurt. But the universe works in mysterious ways, and I had a gig 2 days later to sing in Bermuda at a wedding. Mm-hmm. So that helped me because I was able to, I couldn't get out of bed. I was so sad. Mm-hmm. But going on a plane and going in a different place made it easier for me because I was like, okay, life goes on.
Right.
Yeah. And that's what we recommend. Like if you're going through a breakup, keep yourself busy.
Yeah.
And you're lucky that you have things that you can do. Some people don't, and some people just sulk at their homes and just do nothing.
I did nothing for a while. Like I've talked about this before. Like I recently broke up with someone a few months ago, and I allowed myself to feel sad. And I was really into my feelings to the point where Zorric was checking in on me. Like every time he saw me, he's like, "How are you? Are you okay?" Until finally one day I came in and I was like, "I'm fine. Like I'm actually fine. I'm actually fine." And it was really nice to have that realization. But yeah, I tried avoiding that discomfort through things. And so I tried to distract myself. I tried to keep busy. And then at some point I was like, I can avoid, I keep avoiding. And finally, I actually have to deal with the fact that I'm grieving not being in this relationship anymore. I have to allow myself to feel sad about this and cry it out. And so there were days where I just cried it out. Yeah. Yeah. You have to grieve it. It's like a death. It really is. It really is.
Yeah.
Breakups, it's a death, and you have to grieve it and then move on.
Yeah.
I think the hardest part, maybe Stephanie, you went through this too, but was moving out. That was hard for me.
Oh.
That's terrible.
God. You're going to think I'm the weirdest person.
You keep saying that, and I still don't see it.
I mean, it really is so hard when you're in a long relationship and you have to move out and you have to change your life. And I remember my mom and my aunt and my brother and I driving to Washington Heights in a car, and I couldn't even look at my phone. The background on my phone was him and I for years. I took a picture of my shoe because everything in my phone reminded me of him. I took a picture of my shoe. In the moment, I said, you know what? I have to do this. I have to be strong. I took a picture of my shoe and I was like, this is the start of a new chapter. And I took a Xanax and I went in that apartment. I took everything out and I cried and I wrote him a letter and I put it on the refrigerator. And then I was like, and then my mom was the last person to leave. And she goes, Stephanie, she goes, I didn't want to tell you this, but I smoked in there and I left ashes on the floor. I'm like, Mom, I'm trying to go out civil, like in a nice way. You leaving ashes? Ah!
I'm going to be petty for you.
I'm like, I'll always love you. And she's like, screw that. You're getting the cigarettes. I'm like, oh.
So how did Love at First Flight come about for you?
Love at First Fight, Freudian slip. You know, I think I manifested it. Honestly, I've always wanted. Obviously, I've been acting, or trying to pursue that for a long time, and it just got to the point where I was like, what do I want in life? I want to travel. I want to find the love of my life, and I want to be on a TV show. And I always say this. I'm not kidding. I manifested it, and it took a long time. It was a long process. The casting process was very, very long, but it happened, and I was open to finding true love.
Was there a moment when you were like, I got to do this? Like, was there something that happened? Was there a breakup or like some event that just made you do it?
I was in a relationship prior to the show, and it wasn't the healthiest relationship.
This wasn't the 7-year relationship. This was a different relationship? Okay.
Relationship, yeah. And it wasn't healthy, and him and I weren't agreeing, and we were fighting, and we went our separate ways, and that's when I was like, you know what? I have nothing to lose. Let me go on this show and see if the matchmaker really found my perfect match.
So how was the process for you, the casting process? Was it pretty in-depth? I mean, lots of questions and lots of phone calls and auditions, or?
Oh, yeah. The casting process in general, just in any TV show or any commercial. I mean, commercials are easy. They just book you 1, 2, 3. But it's a long process. For me, it was, they flew me out to LA. First it was a Skype interview, then they flew me out to LA. And then you have to go through all of these psychological tests and these written tests, and you have to get your blood test. You have to talk to the matchmaker. Then you have to go in and meet all of the producers. And then for me, I think I was the first girl that they saw as far as the network producers. And I went in and I had to redo it because the lighting guy screwed up the light at the time. And I go in and I'm talking, and I leave, I leave the room, and then all of a sudden they call me back in. And one of the producers said to me, hey, Stephanie, do you even know how smart you are? And I went, wait, what? What do you mean? He goes, I just got all of your scores back, and just in life, know that you're really smart. And I remember walking away from that process thinking, no matter what happens, that made my day, and that made me so happy. And I think that's an important thing that I try to live by, is that kindness, no matter what happens, kindness is always the way to be.
And you're really smart.
Yeah, and so was there like an IQ test or something you guys took?
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Huh. Take that after your 7-hour flight, Xanax, dozed off.
Yeah.
Take that. I'm like math. I'm like, what is this? I don't even remember the test, to be honest with you. It was just, oh God, not for me.
Yeah. So, okay. So let's talk about that first episode of the show. Well, first of all, did they get the match right for you? Like first impression, like
First impression as you're like
walking
and seeing him and like laying eyes on him for the first time. Were you like, yes? Or were you like, matchmaker? What were you thinking?
Yeah, I thought that they got it right. Yeah, he looked like a tall, handsome brother.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Was he the type of like? Did he fit the type of guys that you typically date?
No.
Okay.
To be honest, no.
Yeah, because I think you were genuinely excited when you saw him on that first episode, or both of you guys were both excited, right?
Right. Yeah. No, we definitely were excited. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Okay.
You know, nervous too. I think it was a nervous excitement.
Yeah.
And was that the first time you saw him? That
was the first time. Yeah, that was the first time. Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah. It's crazy. I know. It was the first time.
Yeah, that makes me very anxious. Like hearing you, like and Stephanie and Kale like say like this is the first time you're meeting someone and like you don't know what it's going like you don't know how the other person's gonna look like this is legit like that makes me very anxious. Like I don't know how you guys stayed calm.
I mean, I wasn't. I think I was just extremely. I was so nervous that I just kind of got over it because I was so nervous. I was like, okay, all right, well, what's the worst that, could happen? It was understanding the dynamic. I mean, you have cameras following you around.
Right.
And, reality TV, it's like you still are on camera, so you have to do take after take after take. So we had to do take after take after take. But yes, that was the first time that we saw each other, what you guys saw.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and it's definitely not like a real first date. I mean, it is a real first date, but I mean, like when you go out in Long Island, you're going on a date, it's totally different, right? Or do you still feel that same butterflies in your stomach when you meet somebody for the first time?
Oh, no, guys, I make sure I FaceTime them before I meet them.
Oh, really?
Yeah, no way. I'm not dealing with that again. No way.
Oh my gosh.
What do you have like a bad like like what is it called? Oh my gosh, what is
Catfish.
it called? There you go. Thank you.
No, but well, I think that everybody's a little bit different. Like when you see them in pictures and then you see them speak and their mannerisms, that can change, and the chemistry can change by, being with them, of course, but I firmly believe in just, FaceTime them before.
Yeah. I watched the whole thing, your show, and I thought that you guys were going to go the distance.
Me too.
The first 4 or 5 episodes, you guys were kind of, ramping up into something really serious. I thought. Mm-hmm. Did you feel that, like the first half of the show?
Definitely. The first half of the show, we were definitely on an up.
Yeah, you guys definitely had more chemistry than Kale and his date, and then also Stephanie. I think number one, you guys had the best chemistry.
Yeah.
Oh, thanks.
Until you got to Denver and then Las Vegas. So, yeah.
I do want to talk about Vegas just because I just want just want to gossip about the show. But yeah, okay, I'll wait.
Yeah. No, but okay, so I think, yeah, there was a turn like in Denver, right? It had to do with you guys not wanting, or about the living situation, right?
Right.
And that's a big issue for you, right?
I mean, it's not a huge issue. At the time, it was just the way we were communicating. I'm in a position where I could go anywhere. Maybe I'll go back to California. I don't know. It was just the point of it. It was just like, Ryan, I love this place, but you're basically saying I have to move. It's just, in the moment. And also you're tired. We just had gotten off a plane. I'm a human being. I'm not always that nice. I'm not always sweet. I am who I am. And it just, in that moment, I was like, you know what? The guy's got to come to me. I don't care. Stubborn, whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah. What's your love language, by the way? Do you know
Zorric
that?
loves this question so much.
What's your
Love language?
Yeah.
It is not materialistic. It's affection.
physical touch, right?
Yeah.
Because you
it's
guys were
affection.
always holding hands and you guys would kiss. I could definitely tell, like on the show. Yeah.
I love how you're the second person from Love at First Flight that says gifts is materialistic as a love language.
Well, there's a misconception. What is that, Emma?
Pardon.
What is that misconception?
It is not being shallow nor materialistic. It just means that I show my love and like to receive love like through gifts, and gifts can be anything. It can be you like saw a rock and you thought about me, so you picked it up from the ground and you brought it to me. It can be like, here's a flower for you that I picked on my walk to the garden. Like, it's not like having to buy things all the time. I think that's one of the biggest misconceptions about gifts as a love language, is that people think like you always have to buy something for this person. And no, it doesn't have to be that at all.
See, I agree with that 100% because I'm like that too. Like I'm like little things like, rocks or something like that. But I've been in a relationship, or at least dating somebody who would get mad at me if like he would send me pictures of Jordan's shoes.
Okay.
And he'd be like, hint, hint, this is what I want. I'm like, hint, hint, Louis Vuitton. Like, I'm not asking you for heels. I'm like, I've never had a guy, ask me for shoes. And I remember him giving him a present, a Christmas present. And it wasn't an expensive present. It was like a thoughtful present. At least I thought it was thoughtful. But he was so condescending about it. And he made me feel so small because he was like, oh, I guess you really weren't paying attention to me. And it was like, well, why does everything have to be so expensive? Why do I have to spend money to show you love? Like, why can't I just get you a book? And I don't know, I changed my perception on just him.
So is that a love language?
What?
The gifts, was that
Yes,
his love
it is
language?
it probably
that was
is.
her ex-boyfriend's probably.
It probably
right?
is his love language. And to be fair, I think we've all probably done that too. I know that I've been very guilty of it, which is why I create lists for my family and friends now. Always stick to the list kind of with me.
Yeah.
Unless I ask for a thoughtful gift or you're really like, okay. And then I'm like, okay, so you didn't stick to the list? Okay. I have a little anxiety right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, back to this show. I saw you guys always holding hands, so it
Yes.
seemed like you guys were, gonna go the distance, right? And
Yeah.
then Vegas hit, and Emma loves the dancers. I mean,
my
that's her
gosh.
favorite.
Magic Mike. Okay, so in this last like Magic Mike 2 movie that came out, I went a few times to go watch the movie. And one of the times I went with my 2 friends, like totally calm them. And like the whole time, like I'm in the back of the theater, like whooping and hollering, like, woo, yes. And this is like a movie theater. And so I'll just leave it at that.
Yeah, and that's not different to what Stephanie did on that episode, which I think it's fine.
And which I gotta say, yes. So I'm gonna defend you a little bit, Stephanie, because I wasn't appreciative of his reaction, of Ryan's reaction, because to me, it sort of feels like there's a double standard, and I'm like very kind of, I get annoyed by that, because to me, just in the work that I've done, like it seems to be like it's okay for men to go to a strip club and see women strip. Like that is okay. That is part of being a boy. That is where business gets done, right? It's either in the golf field or it's at the strip club. And so now that women like have shows like Magic Mike, where it's for us, it's not about stripping. Right? It's not about like seeing the body naked, because like I've said this again and again, and I'll say it again. Nobody wants to see a penis. Like it's just not
Exactly.
attractive, right?
You're right. Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
So it really is about the show. It's about like taking over the senses. It's about like the seduction, like, oh, his body is so hard. What can he do with it? You know? And it's about the show. It's about the tease.
Yeah.
And so I was just really annoyed with Ryan because he was just like, what's wrong with her? Why is she enjoying this? Because it's enjoyable, sir. Had it been women, would you not be into it? What would your reaction have been if like you were watching women and she was like, and you, Stephanie, were like, I can't believe you're enjoying this. He probably would have been pissed about that. Like, leave me alone, woman. I do what I want.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm off my soapbox.
Oh, God. Great. Listen, I said it to him too. I was like, listen, if it was a female strip club, I would do the same thing.
Yep.
I would. People who I've dated can attest to this. I watch them get a dance. I'm like, okay, I'll have a dance too, please, and I'll have 2 girls on me. I mean, it's that's just the way that I am, and I'm, I think that he wanted somebody more conservative, and there's nothing wrong with how I feel, what my beliefs, in a relationship pertaining to strip clubs, but we didn't mesh. We didn't mesh. He was a little too prude for me.
Yeah, and so do you think that the producers kind of egged him on to get kind of angry about it, or was any of that?
100%.
Yeah?
Really?
Oh my God. He even told me after the fact that one of the dancers came up to him and said, the producers were egging us on to kind of make it a little bit more extreme. And I was like, duh. I was like, you're on a reality show, Ryan. I'm like, we have cameras on our face. I'm going home with you. You think I'm going to go home with Magic Mike? I mean, Channing Tatum's not here. If he was, then it'd be a different story. But
he is single now. Thank you, Jesus.
Yeah, and honestly, I'm not even really attracted to, guys that are really, really, like, I don't know. I think they're you know what I'm saying? I'm not really.
It's about like the enticing. It really is. Like it just, you're just like, ooh, like the what if, like, ooh, what if he can pick me up this way? Like, what else can he do to me? Right? It's very like tantalizing. I don't know. Is this too much for you, Zorric?
No, that's fine.
Like, do you understand like where we're coming from? That it's like it is about like the performance for us. It's not about like anything else. It's really about like enjoying like with our eyes what is happening.
Mm-hmm. It's the same thing with men.
Empowering. It's empowering for women. I mean, if you look back on why Channing Tatum made this show,
yes,
it's to empower women and to show women that they can feel beautiful.
Yes.
Men go out to bachelor parties and have strippers and that's okay. No, we're women. We're allowed to feel beautiful. We're allowed to feel good about ourselves. And they're not stripping down. We're not seeing their little peepees. We are just feeling good and enjoying ourselves and living our best life, like you said. And that's beautiful to me. I love that.
I think the other part that I like about the Magic Mike show is that they don't go for like the typical like younger people in the audience. They do go for the older women because again, like it's about helping them like feel super confident and beautiful in that moment, allowing them to feel like needed and wanted. And I think that's something that is missed just in relationships a lot of time. And we will Zorric and I have gone back and forth about this. And so it's like, for me, I'm a big believer of like, if you want me to want you, like you also have to want me. Like I'm not always going to put you on a pedestal if you're not willing to do the same thing for me. So like that is something that like I truly value. Like if you want me to encourage you, like encourage me back. And that's what these shows do. They allow us to feel wanted and needed and like powerful and magical. Like, yes, I can rule the world with my like heels if I wanted to, because I can.
Yeah, and so on the flip side, Stephanie, were they kind of saying, hey, you should really enjoy this as much as you can?
No. I mean, it was 100% me. I would, if I could go back in life and do that again, I would do it 10 times more.
I mean, because how many guys did you have on you? Like, didn't you get like 5 like private lap dances or 6 or something?
I have no idea. we were filming in the morning at Magic Mike. We had met all of the dancers and the actors, and they were teaching Ryan the choreography.
Uh-huh.
So each one had to go and do the little chair dance on top of me. Eventually Ryan did. And I don't know. I saw more guys. I have no idea. I couldn't keep track. And at that point, we were drinking. Ryan was drinking too. We were having fun. He was throwing dollar bills at the guys. I'm thinking, great, we're having fun. I'm not keeping count. I don't know.
Yeah, that's like the best time to go to a strip club because you don't have to pay for that, right? The show takes care of all that.
Oh yeah, no, the show took care of everything.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Nice.
You get paid plus you get paid for.
And you get to see men like dance and grind on you. Like what more could you ask for?
I know. It was honestly that was the best time. That was so amazing. Nice. I gotta go back. The actress Chelsea in the show, you don't see this on the show, but she has this monologue where she goes, and I want every single woman to feel what I feel. And she's just so amazing, so beautiful, and so empowering. And I was just like, all right, I'm ready. And then I'd look back and I'd be like, okay, you're right. There's thing 1, there's thing 2, there's thing 3. Okay, all right. So it was just happened so fast, too fast.
Wow. I think the show should have been just in Vegas, like every trip was in Vegas for Stephanie, and doing the same thing. That would have been awesome, right?
Yeah, love at first sight. Can we go back to Vegas and stay in it?
Okay, so after Vegas, I guess it seemed like you guys were kind of rocky. Were you still kind of like really into him at Vegas?
I was definitely into him, but I was hesitant.
Mm-hmm.
I was hesitant.
Yeah. Because it seems like you guys were, again, the signs were there, but it seems like Vegas hit and it kind of went a little downhill from there.
I mean, I'm going to be completely honest. We're in this process where we still have a couple more cities to go, and at that point, with Ryan wanting to leave after the Vegas incident, I knew in my head that was a red flag. So I knew in my head that I had to kind of maybe walk on eggshells because he could leave. And that's where I always used to say to Ryan, I'm like, I think you're a little young because I don't think he understood that what he chooses, it affects me. Like we have to be.
What was the age difference? I don't remember.
Like 3-4 years, right?
Yeah, so I just turned 30. He was 26. Okay. So I was 9, he was 26. Okay. Yeah. But
so if he would have left, what would have happened to all of your scenes and recording? Would it just been removed from the show?
Legally, I don't know, to be honest with you. Maybe he wasn't even, maybe the contract said that he couldn't leave. I don't know, but it seemed like he could. So that's all that mattered to me, was that there was a threat of, okay, well, then everything that I just did, I left my dog, I left my life, I'm traveling, I'm open to finding love. It's just thrown away. It would be completely pointless to me.
Yeah, and you're so vulnerable at this point, right? You're being recorded, you're looking for love, and you're trying to make it work with this guy, and he's trying to leave or contemplating leaving.
He's trying to leave, and he almost did, to be honest with you.
So when you guys met the parents and the family, did your family kind of give you any insight behind the scenes and what they thought?
Oh God, yeah. Oh my God.
What did your mom say?
Like,
yes.
Oh, she was like, Stephanie. She's like, no.
Oh.
No. I'm like, Mom. I'm like, okay, just relax. She goes, wait. She was hilarious. I can't even deal with her. She's. But she was just like, I just have a feeling, Stephanie, he's not for you. He's not for you. Wait, what? He went in the bathroom? Wait, he tried to bail? No, Stephanie. No, Stephanie. And my dad was kind of like, all right, well, maybe you guys are just, cut from a different cloth, I'm like, all right, well, whatever we're cut from, like, let's just get to the freaking end so I can enjoy wherever our last destination is at this point. Because I was upset. You go into it wanting to find love, and it's, you go, it's up, and then all of a sudden it's like, we're dying. And it's really embarrassing because I'm with his mom, and she's a lovely lady, loved her. She was so sweet. But it's like, I'm sorry. I'm not 5 years old where I have to talk about me getting dry humped in Vegas to you and have you judge me. You don't know me. It's not that, it was awkward. It was really awkward, but my family was just like, no, nope, 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 nope.
Yeah, our family and friends, they always know what's best for us, right?
They do.
Oh,
And half the time you don't want to hear it. So.
I know. Isn't it crazy?
Yeah.
Love is, it's like a faucet. You can't shut it off.
Well, I do think it puts some blinders over us, and we can't see things clearly, and so we're just kind of viewing it from the blinders of what we want to see, and so like we're willing to kind of negate everything else just to be with this person, because I mean, as humans, we just value companionship. We want to belong. We want to have a tribe.
Yeah.
And sometimes we're willing to do whatever it takes to have that tribe.
Yeah, and so Stephanie, the 7-year relationship, did you know like early on that he wasn't the one? Because I knew in my 7-year relationship that she wasn't, but I kind of just went through the motions.
Did I know in my 7-year relationship that he wasn't the one?
Yeah, early on.
No, I had little nudges, I'd call them, but I would just shoo them away.
Yeah. Did your parents like him?
Yeah, definitely, yeah. My parents, yeah. It's so crazy thinking back on it, because I'm like, where is he now? I have no idea. But yeah, no, my parents loved him, and his parents loved me.
Right.
Yeah.
Do you still talk to his parents on occasion?
No. Nope.
Yeah. So yeah, sometimes my friends and family will tell me early on that this is not the right person for me. And sometimes as a man, I'm like, no, she is. And I'm going to work on this and we're going to make it work. And I learned a lesson 7 years later.
Yeah, it's also about like when his friends are telling you y'all shouldn't be together.
Yeah, it sucks. Okay, anyway.
I know. I know. But we don't learn until we always have to learn by ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
My friends growing up, they were so hard on each other. Like this one particular friend, she was dating this guy when we were in high school, and he was so bad for her, so bad for her. And it got to the point where my friends were like, I'm not talking to her because she can't open up her eyes and see that this guy is abusing her and this guy is that.
Uh-huh.
And I remember feeling so bad for my friend and being like, you know what? Maybe I'll be that friend that goes, okay, I'll come in the car. I'll go in the car with you, and I will be open to you making your own mistakes, and I'll catch you when you fall, because you have to fall. At least for me, I always want to be the type of person that I need in my life, and I need somebody to be like, okay, Steph, you were screwing up. This is not the right guy for you. But you know what? When you fall, I'm gonna catch you, and I'm not gonna judge you for it.
Yeah.
That's very nice of you.
We all need that.
You're not the type of person that's gonna be like, I told you so.
Yeah. I mean, maybe I will. I don't know.
Yeah.
It depends on the friend. It depends on the day.
Yeah.
I know. It depends. Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah. So we all know how the show ended.
Yep.
You guys just it was another thing that happened, and he didn't propose to you. Was that all egged on by producers? Was that real too, or kind of fake?
I don't know. It is a blur to me. I'm not. I call him the runaway groom. He ran away. He ran.
Yeah.
It's a blur. I don't know what the producers told him, because I haven't talked to him. I don't know.
Oh, you haven't talked to him after the show?
No, I haven't talked.
Oh.
The last time I talked to him, we were in Hawaii, and he said to me, he goes, Steph, he goes, I'm super nervous. He goes, no matter what, he goes, we'll make this work. Whether it was a friendship, right?
Mm-hmm.
Marriage, whatever. I didn't really think of getting married. Not that naive, right? But it is a show. And no, he got mad at me, and that was it.
Yeah, his fuse was a little short too. I felt like he was looking for something, just looking for reasons not to marry you or not to keep going, right?
Right. I mean, it's exactly. I knew what was going on. I don't want to say anything bad about him, because I'm so past that. But you can definitely tell, looking back on it, that he was looking for a way out. And and I think that's like the biggest issue with reality TV, is that maybe he just wanted to go on the show to travel, and not really.
Right.
He wasn't completely open. I don't know. because I haven't spoke to him, and I think that says a lot.
Yeah. And so when the cameras stopped rolling, were you guys hanging out, or were you guys in different rooms and doing your own thing?
When the cameras weren't rolling, it depended on the challenge. Sometimes we were hanging out, sometimes we were isolated.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Because we know some of the couples, they just kind of did their own thing.
Right.
Right. But it seems like you guys were super into each other for a little bit. But yeah.
Yeah. He was my friend. He was my friend during those 30 days. He was my only friend. We don't have our phones. We don't even have the phones in our hotel room. And I think that's the nature of the game, is that they want you to.
Yeah, they want you to isolate.
Yeah, idea of someone. Yeah, isolation, and I'm like, I'm bored. Like you get bored. It's like I keep calling it a rehab. I'm like, I drank, I ate, I slept, I had the best sleep of my life. But then eventually you're like, well, no, I really want to hang out with him. I need a friend. I want to, talk to somebody who I trust, and I trusted him.
Did you make friends with the producers?
I loved all my producers, but there's definitely a wall. They're very professional, but I loved everybody that I worked with. I absolutely adored my producer. My producer Alina, because I had a rough time flying into Buffalo because they changed my flight. I had to go to a different airport, and they canceled all of my flights. So a PA had to drive me from New Jersey all the way out to Buffalo.
Oh.
And I remember getting into my room, and on my bed was a Bath and Body Works candle, which I'm obsessed with. I'm obsessed with candles. This candle and this nice note, and she goes, welcome to Buffalo. Can't wait to meet you. Love your crew. So that was the kind of dynamic. Everybody.
Wow, it's so nice.
This sounds very thoughtful.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nice.
So throughout the whole experience, what did you kind of learn about yourself and about dating in general? Anything?
I mean, I learned a lot from watching myself. I'm like, I make awkward facial expressions, and I need to be cautious and not settle. Obviously everyone wants to be loved. And I think that looking back on it now, I won't settle. I'm more aware of the red flags. I'm more aware of, okay, I'm not going to give myself fully. I'm not jaded from this experience. Yeah, it was sad, but it was sad because the filming was wrapped. He made me look silly and stupid, and there was a lot of emotions, but it's just, I walked away with a good idea of how I changed. I learned a lot from every single thing that we did. I learned so much.
Mm-hmm.
Good. And so what's next for you? More shows, reality shows, or any acting going on?
Yes, well, there's a couple of things I can't talk about.
Okay.
Dang it.
That's cool.
But I will tell you as soon as I can tell you.
Okay, well, we're excited for you. We're happy for you. You've accomplished a lot, and the show was amazing. You did amazing.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, we thought you were genuine, and just I thought you were the best person on the show. And Kale.
That's so nice.
And you.
I love Kale. I love him.
And Stephanie. Everyone was good. Oh my gosh, I can't be biased. So.
But he just was.
Yeah.
I know. They're all so great.
Yeah.
We're in a group chat. We don't talk as much anymore, but during the whole process, it was nice to have them.
Yeah, your little support group.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we got along really well.
Okay. All right. Well, what else do we have to talk about with Stephanie? We have one more question for her, and a really big topic. I swear we can talk to you forever, Stephanie. But
Yay! Okay.
Let's ask the question.
Okay. So, what are y'all's thoughts on using Snapchat and Instagram filters or any other filter as profile pictures for your dating profile?
Who's Emma? You go first.
I say no.
Why?
Because it's tacky, it's not realistic,
Mm-hmm.
and it's tacky.
You can't say the same thing twice. Come on.
Well, I want to make the point that it's tacky. I mean, I think you're not setting a realistic expectation, and that really bothers me because like I make sure that my pictures are me, and I go from my natural brunette hair to blonde hair, and then I always make sure that I give both of those options so that they can see like I might be a brunette or I might be a blonde. It just depends on the day. I don't know what I feel like, but I also want you to know like this is the real. Like this is what's going to happen. And I think that for me, like using filters negates the real part of me. It makes me look airbrushed and amazing. And I'm not saying you don't like it's like that's great for like Snapchat and Instagram stories. That's great. But I think like for profile pictures, like no, it sets up okay, sorry, I'm just going round and round and round because I get so heated about this. I don't think it's okay. I just don't.
Okay. Bottom line, not okay for Emma.
Like, no, I love being a unicorn. Let me be a unicorn in private. It doesn't have to go on my Bumble profile.
Right.
Nice.
Oh, God.
All right, Stephanie, what are your thoughts on these filters?
No, I agree with her 100%. I come from, when I interned as a casting director, I come from looking at the headshot, and if you walked in and you didn't look anything like your headshot, it was an automatic turnoff. So it's an automatic turnoff professionally, and then it's like dating-wise, it's like if you're gonna look like a puppy, like when we go out on our dates, like then I want a puppy to walk in. Like I don't want. I think it can depend on the person. Like that might be like cute for some people. Like like maybe they have like a fetish. I don't know, but I don't, and I want to see who you really are, and I want to see, what you look like now.
Yeah, it takes away who you are, and it makes it like this. Like a thorough creature or whatever it is, right? And it takes away all of our flaws, and then when you meet in person, like your flaws are there, like they're not going away. Like having a filter takes them away in that moment for that picture. It doesn't take them away from real life. And so like it's false advertising too. Like everybody gets upset about like you false advertising. We're doing the same crap on profile pictures now, and it's frustrating.
Yeah, and it shows an insecurity too. I mean, if I like a guy and I want, after he sees me, we meet, and I'm like, oh, like I look cute as a bunny. Ha, that's funny. Like I'll send it. That's fine. But I feel like if it's at first, like my first impression, it's like, you might have an insecurity. Yeah. Or you might have bunny ears and you're not telling me. I don't know.
Yeah.
Zorric, do you swipe right on girls who have filters as their profile pictures?
Well, let me say this. It depends because I've seen profiles on Bumble and Tinder, and they're like all 6 photos are filters. So definitely that's a swipe left. But maybe if you have one photo that's a filter and maybe it's a fun photo, then that's okay. That's what I think.
But then it has to be the first one. Like the first one has to be the authentic one, and then you could be hopping through the forest as a unicorn and a bunny.
Yeah, like 20% of your photos, can be that, but not 80%. Like I need the and a photo of your face without sunglasses. I need like a full body photo. I need you doing something. So, and you can have that one filtered photo, which is cool, but just don't overdo it.
What about men? Is it okay for men to have?
Hell no.
Oh man.
Have you seen? Are you on dating apps by any chance, Stephanie?
I can't tell you.
No.
But I know about the swipe left, swipe right. And let me tell you something. I've seen a weird creature. Yes. Yes. Oh God, help me. Help all of us.
Wait a second. So are you dating somebody right now, Stephanie?
I'm not dating one person. I'm not tied down to anybody. Okay. I am focusing on myself. But yeah, I'm going out on dates. There are some weirdos out there. Please, I'm done. I'm over it.
Wait a second. So
how are you meeting?
Yeah, I was going to ask you that.
These men.
I mean,
out and about, maybe.
No, don't answer for her. I want her to answer.
Manifesting them. I want this guy, like, pops up. No. I'm really not dating that much. But I do have a lot of friends who are dating, and we joke about it and we laugh about how crazy the dating world is now, and how crazy. I mean, I've seen it. I've seen people just naked. It's like, oh, okay. You really think I'm gonna swipe left or right, whatever, on that? No way. Or I'm gonna swipe
again. Nobody wants to see a penis.
Nobody wants to see a penis. I don't want to see it. I can't. If that ever, no. Why do they think we want to?
I don't know. I've been trying to, like what episode is this? Like 48? And like, I'm still trying to figure out like why men think it's okay to send a penis picture. Like, I don't know. Like, it's not beautiful. Stop it.
Not. It's not.
Sorry, Zorin, but it's not beautiful.
So I don't know the mentality though. Maybe they're just trying to get like laid, basically. That's my take.
It kind of reminds me of like the How I Met Your Mother, like naked guy on the
naked
couch.
Man.
The naked man, yeah. Where it's like he's naked on the couch because like the girl will eventually feel sorry for him and have sex with him. Except that no. Like, sending a penis picture makes us very angry. And guess what? We're going to show all of our friends after you sent it to us. So if you've sent a penis picture, know that, like, at least 2 of her friends have seen your penis.
Has Stephanie gotten some penis pictures in the past?
Oh, my God. I've seen so many. It's you know what it is? And then, Facebook is the weirdest. I get so many weird requests from people, friend requesting, people sending me weird pictures, naked pictures, butthole pictures. I can't. If you looked at my block list, you'd be like, there's something going on here. No, it's crazy. I'll get people like, oh, Stephanie, I'd marry you, with like a picture of their like butthole. I'm like, what?
Oh, yikes.
We need to educate these men, because
we do.
That's not a way to win.
No.
The way to win is through communication and taking them on a date
and not posting
and
your filtered pictures on profiles.
Right.
I get annoyed. Pardon? Go ahead.
Just consistency. That's a huge thing. Persistence is nice. That's attractive. But consistency. And then if you want to send me a picture of you as a robot, sure. Yeah. Okay. I'm down.
I get annoyed when it's even used as like a Facebook profile picture.
Oh, wow. You're like anti-filter, it seems.
I'm not anti-filter because I like using them. I think that they're fun. I use them with my niece a lot. They're cute, right? She's like 3. So like it's fun for us to.
But she's
like,
3.
She's 3, yeah. It's fun for us to make funny faces, and then we just send them to family members because that's cute. It is not cute to have them as your profile picture. Yes, I am anti-filtered pictures.
Huh.
That's where I stand right now.
But there's so many not weird, I want to rephrase that. Yeah, I have a really good friend. His name is Chris, and he is a dueling piano player on cruise lines. And as his shtick, he has a giant cat mask that he puts on. And when he forgets his lyrics, he meows at people with the cat mask on. He also comes out in a Whitney Houston in a dress singing "I'll Always Love You," but it's his, and I'm not, I don't want to say this. This is exactly him. This is his fetish, but I'm sure he has a type of personality where he's like, oh, that's another cat. Of course I'm going to ask her on a date. There's just people who are just, into that type of stuff. Just not for us.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Not for us. I think we all agree that filters are bad.
Well, I mean, they're appropriate at times. Like if you're sending a funny picture like between your friends, it's okay. But I think it's sort of like, again, like this is dating. Like be a little classy about it. Be a little bit tactful about it.
So have you ever sent a photo to somebody you're dating, like a filtered photo?
No.
Because I have not. Have
No.
you, Stephanie?
Oh, I have. Yeah,
Okay.
of course.
Okay.
There's this one picture I'm thinking of. I think it was a koala bear, but it looked pretty cute.
No, and I'm trying to think like, no, I don't, because I'm really weird. I have weird rules. I think we've established this by now.
We do. Lots of rules. Okay. So what did we learn from Stephanie today, Emma?
I learned a lot from
What did you learn
Stephanie,
from
like
her?
I always do.
Okay. Anything in particular?
Yes, I learned that she has a very Shakespearean lifestyle.
Oh my god.
I learned that she loves lap dances.
Yes. Yes.
And I also learned that she agrees with me that we both don't like filtered pictures on profiles.
Mm-hmm. Gotcha. What I learned from Stephanie is that she dated a guy that stabbed a guy in the butt.
I can't believe I talked about that. Really good.
And if you want to date Stephanie, you have to FaceTime before you see her.
Yes.
So no catfish there. And I learned that Emma and Stephanie don't like penis pictures, guys.
No,
so please don't.
But it's not just Emma and Stephanie. It's anyone that has an XX chromosome doesn't want a penis picture.
Yes, no, keep them away.
Gotcha. All right, Stephanie. So any like last words that you can kind of get? So our listeners are single and they're dating. What kind of tidbits of advice can you give everyone out there? And me and Emma,
Yes.
we need our advice too.
Intently listening.
Oh, guys, I don't know what I'm doing. I think the main thing that I always think about going forward in my life is that we're so, we're on dating websites. We can easily just run, start and stop conversations. And I think it's really important to, if you like somebody, pursue them and be consistent, because we'll always subconsciously be like, okay, well, you know what? He bored me today. I'm going to go on to the next one and I'm going to go look for somebody else. Better. I think that if you really, really want to settle down, I think that you need to find somebody that you want to invest in and invest. And that's something that I'm going to take. I'm going to try to take my own advice and invest in one person. I don't want to go on a million dates. I'm tired. I want to find the right person and I want to be smart about it. So be smart about it. That's my advice.
Right on. And so how can everyone find you?
So my last name is really annoying, guys, but so you can find me on Instagram. It's Stephanie.Ver Eecke. And then if you want to find me on Facebook and send me weird pictures, there is a space in my last name, Stephanie Ver Eecke. That's it.
Do you want to spell that for us?
Well, we'll put it on the website.
Oh, okay.
And then we'll let everyone know how to find Stephanie. And thank you so much for coming on the show. We had a great time. Time goes so fast.
You're we've had 3 people from the show already.
Yeah.
I seriously would love to host a reunion show for everybody. Get everybody together.
God. Yes. Pitch it to Lifetime. I'm down.
Yeah.
Yes.
You guys are awesome. You guys are so great and you're going to do so well. And I just have a really good feeling about you guys.
Thank you, Stephanie.
Yeah.
Thank you seriously, thank you for having me on. And I love your energy. So thank you.
Thanks.
Awesome.
All right. So that's all we have for today. If you want to contact us, you can send us an email at hello@datepodcast.com or on Instagram and Twitter @datepodcast. All right. Thanks, everyone.